Sutta 8, the Sutta of Impermanence in All Directions. Thus have I heard, spoken where time itself grows thin. Impermanence is often spoken of as the coming and going of things, the arising and passing of moments, the birth and death of beings. But this, disciples, is only how impermanence appears to the mind that still believes in a self that stands in the center. Look deeper. Long before any creature walked or breathed, long before sensation trembled in the membranes of ancient cells, long before consciousness first opened its dim eye, impermanence was already present, not as loss, not as sorrow, but as the quiet rhythm of transformation. A star is not born, it condenses. A mountain is not born, it rises. An ocean is not born, it gathers. A species is not born, it shifts. Birth is a word the self uses because it sees only a fragment of a much larger unfolding. Death is another word, arising for the same reason. But matter does not die, disciples. Matter rearranges from one configuration to the next without knowing it has changed. Energy does not die. It moves, it transforms, it becomes visible or hidden, but never destroyed. Emptiness does not die because emptiness has never arisen. It is the open ground in which all arising plays. Thus what we call birth is merely the moment when a self-model first lays claim to a changing heap of elements, and what we call death is the moment when that self-model can no longer bind the heap together. This is the sorrow of those who do not see clearly, mistaking rearrangement for loss, mistaking transformation for ending, mistaking the fading of a story for the fading of what the story was made of. Consider this, disciples. The air you exhale has been part of countless beings and will be part of countless more. The water in your veins has moved through oceans, rains, and rivers for billions of years. The iron in your blood was forged in the heart of a dying star. The light in your eyes is older than your species. The atoms in your bones are older than the earth. Where then is birth? Where then is death? These exist only from the vantage of the self, the fragile necessary illusion that arose in the long story of life to keep illusory sentient beings intact and guide them through a changing world. The self fears death because it cannot see beyond its own boundaries, but the elements do not fear. Energy does not cling. Emptiness does not recoil. The body changes. The mind changes. The self changes. But change itself does not change. Thus understand, impermanence is not the enemy of life. Impermanence is life. What the self calls death is simply the dissolving of one appearance into another. All sorrow arises because the self wants continuity, where continuity does not belong. And all freedom arises when a being sees that forms come and go, selves come and go, worlds come and go, although none has ever truly existed or ever been lost. To see impermanence clearly is to loosen the fist of fear. To loosen the fist of fear is to open into compassion. To open into compassion is to live as the Dharma itself. This is the Sutta of Impermanence in All Directions, revealing that nothing that truly is can be born or die, and that what we mourn is only the passing of a perspective that mistook itself for something solid.